Now after the tearjerker that was Marineford arc, Luffy and Jinbei escape on the Beatles reference, and we head into the post-war arc. Is it any good? Well, there are pros and cons to this arc. Pop some popcorn, dab it in thick butter, as I watch everything One Piece as we go through the post-war arc. I'm gonna be honest, taking my flaccid cock out and exposing the truth about this. I didn't like Luffy at first, which is absolute blasphemy, and I should be called an imbecile for it, or a Neanderthal, but I don't know when, but all of a sudden I just adored him. He was one of my favorite characters now. In fact, probably all of fiction. That, and of course we have one thing in common. We're always hungry. So after all the Straw Hat crew got sent to Brazil, Luffy was the main focus of this whole arc, and I was really excited about it. Couldn't wait to see what was up next on this standalone adventure, and of course we know what happens next. And so in the post-war we got more about Luffy and a backstory about how he got dropped off at the Tiny Toons orphanage and just bonded with Ace and someone else, this little Sir Topham Hatt guy named Sabo. So why wasn't he in this?
It's time to learn your place.
Oh, yeah, I'm calling bullshit. If One Piece taught me anything, it's that if there's an explosion, they survive somehow. And my only game theories is that he's a cyborg like Kuma, or somehow Sabo survived. Other than that, the whole backstory is just him having a fun time. Owen Hancock's here, and Jinbei just casually around, and drowns. And this all seemed good, freshly baked from Little Debbie's herself, but there's a big con with this arc.
Luffy! Luffy!
Luffy!
Luffy! Luffy!
Luffy?
Luffy! Luffy-san!
So after Saba Odi, I thought the same thing would happen to the Straw Hats. They would get their own little miniature arc, 2 to 3 episodes, about them there, receive news about Luffy, and then that's it. But instead they do this weird pacing thing where it's like half an episode for each of them. Before Impel Down, and then after Impel Down, and then during the post-war, which can make sense, but I feel like it would be a whole lot better if they had their own arcs. So instead of them bouncing off the walls like that weird like sticky hand, they should have their own episodes set for their time to shine. As an example, Zoro. First episode, he crash lands, meets Gothic Mary Poppins, fights the Planet of the Apes in an episode. Second episode, he meets Mihawk, tells him Ace is dead as he tries to get back to Luffy as best he can, and it probably ends with more monkeys. And then third episode, after days of trying, he finally gets the newspaper telling him about the secret message. Instead of 3 days, 2 years. And then bam, arc ends. Like, I know the anime is known for being slower than monotonous. This was just some weird pacing to say, but then the ending was so good. So Luffy decides to train with the old man and is going to learn the 3 types of hockey as he's put his hat on a rock and the music starts playing, and then off to the new world. Woo! An amazing way to end the pre-time skip, but we're not done. We've still got one more special. 3 days and 2 years special. Who would have thought?